Do you know what really grinds my gutti? The way that we as the Sikh community dealt with Bhai Balwant Singh Rajoana's execution 3.5 years ago. Oh wait, he didn't actually get executed. And that's exactly why it grinds my gutti. Now, before anybody runs to click that dislike button or start dissing me in comments on Facebook, I just want to make clear that I didn't want to see the guy dead. I'm just trying to get behind the ideas behind what was taking place at that time and what it was that Balwant Singh Rajoana himself actually wanted. Okay, so let's rewind a bit. Early in 2012, the Shiromani Akali Dal political party led by Prakash Badal won a second term in office in the Punjab government, which was unheard of in the modern state. Just a few weeks after that, along with a whole bunch of other stuff that got dropped in Punjab, there was an announcement that certain prisoners who'd been sitting on death row for a while were now going to be executed. This involved one Balwant Singh Rajoana, a man who had been convicted for his part in a suicide bomb mission that had assassinated a most hated Chief Minister of Punjab called Balwant Singh back in 1995. Rajoana had been in prison for a number of years, and as soon as that execution order came through and it looked like it was going to happen, he made a statement to say that the day he died and the way he was going to go out, all hell was going to break loose in Punjab. Now, he was no egotistical maniac. The point that he was trying to make was people would see that the state was still operating under the same mandate that it had under the Congress government of Balwant Singh, where it was annihilating Sikhs willy-nilly. All of the issues that led up to the bogey year of 1984 still persist in Punjab and in fact have got even worse. Rajoana was trying to get across to people nothing had changed, and when he was executed, people would see that. And they would rise up and start to ask questions of their government, the Shiromani Akali Dal, which is meant to be the Sikh political party. Somewhere along the line, all of this got completely lost in the message. And we ended up here in the West pushing hard that this man, Balwant Singh Rajoana, should not be executed. Now, I wrote about this in a series of articles extensively on the Naujawani website back at the time, and even in the time since then. Repeatedly, what I was saying was, I'm not saying he should be executed, but I'm certainly not going to canvass the Indian government, a nation state that Balwant Singh Rajoana openly said he did not recognize. I'm not going to canvass them to say, don't execute him, to beg for his life. I most certainly was not alone at the time in writing that we should not be canvassing the Indian government not to execute Balwant Singh Rajoana. Fly me if it didn't really feel like it. And even to this day, I still feel like that. Hence, I'm doing this to grind my gutti. While I don't want to see a guy like Balwant Singh Rajoana die, at the same time, I'm one, respectful of his wishes, which were that he wanted to face the hangman's noose and face execution. Like that idea or not, you have to respect a man's wishes, particularly a fellow Khalsa. But you see, there was a secondary reason, one that was even more important than that. You have to understand what it was that Rajoana was fighting against. Rajoana stood and continues to this day to stand against the regime and a nation state that he does not recognize. I wonder if the Sikh Qaum has any precedents for this. Oh wait, let's see. Banda Singh Bahadur, Bhai Mani Singh, Bhai Maharaj Singh. These were all individuals who stood against state oppression, and when the time came, they paid the ultimate price. All of them were offered ways out. These people did not do Qurbani for nothing. It stood there as something for us to reflect on. We all, to a man, started pledging orange. I understand people were frustrated here in the West. We feel like we've got no control over what's taking place in the heartland of Sikhdom. I could have bought into the whole idea of saying we will not allow Balwant Singh Rajoana to be executed if we could have a then what. But nobody was presenting that. And we didn't want to see another one of those sons who didn't come home die like this. I get that. But guess what, people? We've got to start using our brains now. We've got to start engaging strategy. We've got to look deeper into what's taking place. Most importantly, we've got to start looking past Sikh leadership. How was it that so few people at the time drew the connection between the Akalis being re-elected into the Punjab State Assembly and the Rajoana execution order being given? Sikh leadership is corrupt. And that doesn't just mean the Akal Takht Jathedar, it doesn't just mean the SGPC, it means the premier Sikh political party, the Shiromani Akali Dal. Moreover, we got to start looking at Sikh leaders in this country who were pushing us to start saying, yeah, we won't allow Rajoana to be executed. Now again, I haven't got bloodlust, I want to see this man dead, but I knew back then what is in our faces right now. He's been in prison, rotting in prison for the last 3.5 years. Where's IPledgeOrange now? I'm not dissing the IPledgeOrange movement. For the first time in my adult life, I saw a movement that I thought could bring real change, not only to the Punjab as a state, but to Sikhdom worldwide, and start rooting out this corruption that existed among us and this modern day disease that has afflicted us of not learning about our way of life, just calling ourselves Sikhs. The whole movement rose and then dissipated. But what's more disturbing is that it has had a lasting impact on campaigns and movements since then. So what's the crux of this all? Where do we go from here? Well, here's where we go. Take the time to analyze, engage in discourse in your families, in your friend circles, online, everywhere. Start discussing sensibly what took place with the IPledgeOrange movement, what's happening with Balwant Singh Rajoana now, and what happened 3.5 years ago. Contemplate on what you find and then learn from it as we move forward. Because guess what? Things did not get better in Punjab 3.5 years ago when Balwant Singh Rajoana's execution was stayed. Within so many Sikh groups, whether they're academic or Sangat based, whether they're young or old, here in the West, whenever I broach this topic of what happened with the IPledgeOrange movement, of whether we were right or wrong to make the demands that we were during Balwant Singh Rajoana's execution case, nobody wants to talk about it. And that's why how the Sikh community dealt with Balwant Singh Rajoana's execution grinds my gutti. If you've got something that you want to get off your gears, then come grind your gutti at Naujawani.
Subscribe!